A very good evening to all of you, children. Last week, our lecture was having some major issues. How many of you all could not listen to the lecture completely? If you could not, just write I couldn't. Just write I couldn't in the chat. Yes, we're talking about last Sunday's bio lecture. Okay, so we'll start with today's session then. Today's session will be a revision or a little detailed revision of the last class. Okay, so earlier we had studied connective tissue. Yes, what do we know about connective tissue? We knew about connective tissue. Connective tissue is derived from mesoderm. Connective tissue forms 30% of the total tissue. Connective tissue is the most abundant tissue, and connective tissue is of having two important characters. It will have a lot of cells, and these cells are loosely arranged. So they will have a lot of space in between them. The space is called intercellular space or intercellular matrix. Yes, it binds and supports the binds and supports the various tissues in the body. Connective tissue was further classified into three types. Yes, loose connective tissue. Then there was dense connective tissue, and then there was specialized connective tissue. Loose connective tissue was areolar connective tissue and adipose connective tissue. Areolar connective tissue is the most abundant connective tissue. Areolar connective tissue is the most fundamental or basic connective tissue. Areolar connective tissue is the tissue from which all other connective tissues have evolved. Areolar connective tissue is made up of four types of cells. Fibroblasts, they are the most numerous cells. They will shoot small branches. They produce matrix. They produce fibers. Fibers are of two types, collagen fibers and elastin fibers. Collagen fibers are white, wavy. Elastin fibers are thin. Collagen fibers are arranged in bundles. Elastin fibers are not arranged in bundles. In some organs, in some places, there is reticular connective tissue. That is the protein fiber present is called reticulin. It's called reticulin because it forms a network. So it's made up of highly branched connective tissue, highly branched fibers. Then we study the second type of cells are called mast cells. Mast cells are the ones which are phagocytes. They are irregular in shape. These mast cells will engulf a lot of microorganisms. There are many macrophages, but specialized macrophages in the lungs are called Clara cells. Specialized macrophages in the liver are called Kupffer cells. The third type of cells were mast cells. Mast cells are secretory cells. They will have many granules in them. Mast cells will have histamine, serotonin, and histamine, serotonin, and heparin. Histamine is a vasodilator. It causes inflammation or inflammatory reactions. Okay. Heparin, on the other hand, is an anticoagulant. Serotonin is a vasoconstrictor, so it reduces the blood supply to a particular area. Okay. And finally, areolar connective tissue has very few small cells called adipocytes. They store fat, but they are very, very few in number. Now, adipose connective tissue is connective tissue which will have a lot of adipocytes, few fibroblasts, and they have a blood supply of their own. Adipocytes will store fat in the center. They will push the nucleus and cytoplasm towards the periphery. Hence, the cells will appear like a signet ring. They are called signet ring cells. Then adipose tissue is of two types, white fat and brown fat. White fat is the type of fat which is found in adults. Brown fat is found in infants. White fat will contain one big fat globule. Brown fat will contain many fat globules. Brown fat is multilocular. White fat is unilocular. Brown fat produces more energy. White fat produces less energy. Brown fat is also called baby fat or puppy fat. Function of adipose connective tissue, it will store food. It will help in formation of an insulating layer around the skin. So it will prevent any loss of heat. Then there is a layer of fatty tissue below the skin, very thick layer called blubber in many of the aquatic mammals. Fatty tissue in aquatic organisms also help them to float. Okay. Also fat around internal organs act as a shock absorber. Then dense connective tissue there was regular and irregular. The regular dense connective tissue were of two types, tendon and ligament. Tendon was a white fibrous connective tissue. Ligament was containing yellow fibers. Tendon connects bone to muscle to bone. Ligament connects bone to bone. Yes. Then we did specialized connective tissue. In that we had two types. One was called skeletal connective tissue, which forms the skeleton, and the other is called vascular connective tissue or fluid connective tissue. Fluid or vascular. Vascular means transport. Skeletal connective tissue was of two types, cartilage and bones. Fluid or vascular connective tissue is of two types, blood and lymph. Okay, so these are the various connective tissues. We finished loose and dense. Now last class we finished cartilage also, but I'm going to do cartilage as if we have not done cartilage. I'll be a little fast though, but since many of y'all were not able to see that properly, we will restart with cartilage. Okay. So cartilage. The study of cartilage, children. The study of cartilage is also called chondrology. Okay. So chondro means cartilage. Now what do we know about cartilage? Cartilage is a supporting connective tissue. Also, I can say that it is a skeletal connective tissue. Now, this supporting or skeletal connective tissue is a solid connective tissue. Here, cartilage will have matrix. The property of matrix of cartilage is cartilage matrix is solid, but it is pliable. Okay, the meaning of the word pliability is it is slightly elastic. Okay. So it is pliable and it is elastic. The matrix is solid and pliable. Pliable का मतलब है it is elastic. Now what is the matrix made up of? This matrix is also made up of mucopolysaccharides. Yes, mucopolysaccharides. It also contains a chemical called chondroitin sulfate, and this gives it a jelly-like appearance. However, it also contains a protein called chondrin. So chondrin is a protein of cartilage which makes the matrix solid. So the matrix is made solid with the help of chondrin. The protein is called chondrin. Now within the matrix, there are going to be cells. But because it's a solid connective tissue, the matrix will have cavities called lacuna. So lacuna are cavities within the matrix. And these lacunae will have cells. Yeah. So always compare it to a choco chip cookie. जैसे हाइड एंड सीक होता है, तो हाइड एंड सीक में बहुत सारे चॉकलेट के चिप्स होते हैं, राइट? अगर आप उसके चॉकलेट के चिप्स को निकालोगे तो एक डिप्रेशन आ जाता है. दैट डिप्रेशन इज कॉल्ड लकूना. प्लूरल इज लकूने. Now in the lacuna there are two types of cells. There are two types of cells. The first type are called chondroblast. Now fibroblast means to give rise to fibers. Chondroblast would mean to give rise to cartilage. And these are chondrocytes. Now chondroblasts divide to form, they undergo mitosis, cell division. So divide to form chondrocytes. So chondroblasts are also called immature cells, and chondrocytes are also called mature cells. Chondroblasts are the ones which will produce the matrix. So chondroblasts produce matrix, matrix producing. Hence, chondroblasts are also called cartilage producing cells. Okay, and chondrocytes are also called cartilage maintaining cells. Okay, cartilage maintaining cells. In one lacuna, there is one chondroblast. But in one cavity, one lacuna, when the chondroblast divide, there could be 2, 4, or even 8 chondrocytes. A chondroblast is circular in shape with circular nucleus like this. Chondrocytes on the other hand are hemispherical in shape. Hemisphere रहता है. Okay, so the two types of cells of cartilage are chondroblasts and chondrocytes. Chondroblasts are immature cells which will divide to form chondrocytes. Chondroblasts produce matrix, and they're also called cartilage producing cells. Chondrocytes are also called cartilage maintaining cells. In one lacuna, there is only one chondroblast. But in one lacuna, there could be 2, 4, or 8 chondrocytes. Then we have cartilage will always have a covering. It's a solid connective tissue, so it will have a covering. The covering of the cartilage is called perichondrium. Okay, so it is made up of connective tissue. So it's made up of collagen fibers. Okay, so it's fibrous connective tissue. Yeah, so it's the covering of the cartilage. Now, cartilage is a, say this is the cartilage, right? Which is present. Now, the entire cartilage is solid, so we only take a sector. While drawing the diagram, we are only looking at a sector. Sector मतलब a small piece like this. एक pizza slice के जैसा है. But you should understand that this small piece is not the cartilage. The cartilage will have a perfect shape depending on the area where it is present. Okay. So say this is the perichondrium. The perichondrium is made up of collagen fibers. And here there is this is the matrix. What are the properties of matrix? The matrix is solid, but it is pliable. Pliable matlab it is still elastic. Second property of the matrix is having chondroitin sulfate, mucopolysaccharides. It also has chondrin. Next, the matrix also has many lacunae. Within the lacunae, there are cells. Now, children, one important thing is that connective tissue has its own blood supply. However, the cartilage is avascular. Avascular means does not have blood vessels. So cartilage is avascular or does not have blood vessels. What does that mean? It means that blood vessels will not penetrate inside. So what happens is the blood vessels will end at the perichondrium. It won't penetrate beyond that. So cartilages, so all connective tissues are vascular except cartilage. Even bone has blood. Okay. So cartilage is avascular. Okay. It has does not have blood vessels. Avascular means no blood vessels. So the nutrients will enter the cells or matrix, yes, are transported by diffusion. So the food will be left at the perichondrium, and from the perichondrium there will be diffusion. So if say they give the food here, the food will get diffused into the matrix. And we need to remember that this matrix is solid. Yes, so ज़्यादा आगे तक बहुत ज़्यादा diffusion शायद ना हो पाए. So that is why there are more nutrients available at the periphery. There are more nutrients present at the periphery. And there are less nutrients towards the center. Because they are transported by diffusion, there are more nutrients are at the periphery and less nutrients are at the center. So iska matlab that there will be more cells towards the periphery. That means there will be more lacunae towards the periphery. So if I see that there will be more lacunae towards the periphery, there will be crowding of lacunae. Now, as you go inside, the number of lacunae keep on decreasing. So it's more crowded towards the periphery, and towards the center it is less crowded. Okay. Within the lacunae, here I am drawing chondrocytes. Yeah, 2, 4, or 6 chondrocytes are commonly present. Okay. So 2 to 8 chondrocytes is normally what is given here. So this is how cartilage is. So quick recap of what cartilage is. The study of cartilage is called chondrology. Chondro means cartilage. So cartilage is a solid connective tissue. It is a supporting connective tissue. It is also a skeletal connective tissue because it forms the skeleton. Then the matrix of the cartilage is solid but pliable. It's solid, but it is still soft and elastic. It is made up of mucopolysaccharides, chondroitin sulfate, and chondrin protein. Chondrin protein makes it solid. it will have cells which are present in cavities within the matrix called lacuna. The cavities are developed because the matrix hardens. Okay, तो चोको चिप कुकीज में कैसा था, जब बैटर बनाया, जब उसका ये बनाया, आटा बनाया, ठीक है, उसमें चोको चिप्स डाल दिए, उसके बाद जब बेक कर लिया तो matrix around the choco chip hardens. That is why we will see a lacuna. Within the lacuna, we have two types of cells, chondroblasts and chondrocytes. Chondroblasts are immature cells. Chondrocytes are mature cells. Chondrocytes are formed by the division of chondroblasts. Chondroblasts produce matrix and hence they are also called cartilage producing cells. Chondrocytes are also called cartilage maintaining cells. One lacuna will have one chondroblast. One lacuna will have many chondrocytes. Also, it's a solid connective tissue and hence cartilage has a covering of its own. The covering is called perichondrium. Perichondrium is made up of collagen fibers. It's a connective tissue containing collagen fibers. Now, blood vessels are absent in cartilage. Hence, we say cartilage is avascular. They will get nutrients by transport of substances. So, nutrients are transported by diffusion. More nutrients are at the periphery, less nutrients are at the center. So, there will be more cells at the periphery. Okay. This is how this works. Yeah. Now, based on how many fibers are present, what are the types of cartilages? So there are three basic types of cartilages: hyaline cartilage. Then we have elastic cartilage, and then we have white fibrocartilage. Then it is white fibrocartilage. Now hyaline cartilage, hyaline का मतलब होता है glass like. What is the meaning of the word like glass? मतलब the matrix is clear. This clear matrix has a bluish tinge to it. When you observe it under a light background, there is a bluish tinge to it, a bluish hue to it. So what it has is, there are no visible fibers. So there are very thin collagen fibers which are not visible to the naked eye, extremely thin. So there's no visible fibers. Elastic cartilage mein, the matrix has a lot of elastin fibers. White fibrocartilage mein, the matrix has a lot of collagen fibers. Hence, white fibrocartilage is the strongest cartilage. White fibrocartilage is the strongest cartilage. Also, there is some difference with regards to perichondrium. Hyaline cartilage has perichondrium. Elastic cartilage also has perichondrium. Peri means around. So around the cartilage is peri. And white fibrocartilage has no perichondrium. So perichondrium is absent in white fibrocartilage. Okay, so these are the three things based on what fibers matrix have. Now the most abundant cartilage out of all these is hyaline cartilage. So in most of the places we will find hyaline cartilage. White fibrocartilage and elastic cartilage का बहुत specific examples हैं. So we'll see those examples. So first, let's take example of white fibrocartilage. So what do we know about white fibrocartilage? It's a type of cartilage in which the matrix has collagen fibers. Yes, out of this, it is the strongest cartilage. The other property that we know about white fibrocartilage is that this white fibrocartilage has no perichondrium. Now, white fibrocartilage, there are only two examples. Okay. The first example is called intervertebral discs. So, what are intervertebral discs? The cartilage present in between two vertebrae. Okay. The cartilage which is present between two vertebrae is called intervertebral disc. Cartilage present between two vertebrae is called intervertebral disc. Okay. Now, when we look at this intervertebral disc, it is made up of white fibrocartilage. जब इसको हम बाहर निकालते हैं तो it is almost like a disc. That's why it's called a disc. जिसका जो central area है वो soft रहता है और peripheral area में बहुत सारे collagen fibers रहेंगे. Okay. Because it's white fibrocartilage, right? So this entire thing is cartilage, but there is collagen fibers only at the periphery, not in the center. So this peripheral thing is called annulus. Annulus matlab like a ring. Annulus fibrosus. So annulus fibrosus is a fibrous ring, okay, of collagen fibers. The central area, on the other hand, will be soft and it has no fibers. Central, so nucleus. So this is called nucleus pulposus. Pulposus means soft. So intervertebral disc has annulus fibrosus and nucleus pulposus. Okay. Second point. This intervertebral disc provides slight movement between vertebrae. They provide slight movement between vertebrae. That is why intervertebral discs are a part of slightly movable joints. So the joint between two discs is two vertebrae is slightly movable. So slightly movable joints. Okay. Slightly movable joint is called arthrosis. Joint is called arthrosis. Slightly movable is called amphiarthrosis. Now kids, those who had attended the last class and listened to this lecture also, ये words मैंने नहीं बोले थे, तो ये please आप लिख लीजिए because last class बहुत problems हो रहे थे, right? तो ये आप लोग लिख लीजिए. That intervertebral disc forms slightly movable joints. It's called amphiarthrosis. Okay. Also, last class मैंने एक second example भी नहीं दिया था because we were towards the end of the lecture. The second example of white fibrocartilage and the only two examples, white fibrocartilage present between two hip bones, and that area is called the pubic symphysis. तो हमारे जो hip होता है, ठीक है, जहाँ पे hip, right? उस hip में actually एक ring shape bone होता है. ओके, रिंग शेप स्केलेटन होता है जिसपे दो बोन ऐसे होते हैं. ओके, एंड यहाँ पे एक वर्टिब्रा होता है, द लास्ट वर्टिब्रा कॉल्ड सेक्रम. सो दिस एंटायर स्ट्रक्चर इज कॉल्ड पेल्विस. Pelvis is the skeleton of the hip. Now these two bones are called hip bones. Okay, hip bones. So the pelvis is made up of two hip bones and a fusion of 5 vertebrae called sacrum. Okay. और हिप में बहुत सारे इंटरनल ऑर्गन्स है वो इस कैविटी में रहते हैं, तो उस कैविटी को बोलते हैं पेल्विक कैविटी. ठीक है. सो ये एक 3 डिमेंशनल ट्विस्टेड बोन है जिसका ये जो एरिया है, ये एरिया इसको हम बोलते हैं द प्यूबिक बोन. ओके, सो इट इज अ जॉइंट प्रेजेंट बिटवीन टू pubic bones, and pubic bones are part of what bones? Part of hip bones. ठीक है ना? So pubic bones are a part of hip bones. So this region, okay, is called pubic region. समझा? And because the joint is in the midline, this is called pubic symphysis. And children, in the pubic symphysis, we have a cartilage, and this cartilage is also going to be white fibrocartilage. Okay. What is the meaning of the word pubic? Come on, in the chat box, please write down what is the meaning of the word pubic. स्कूल में पढ़ा होगा pubic. No one? No one? Yeah, pubic. आपने सुना होगा pubic area या pubic hair. So उसको एक इंग्लिश में सिंपल है private, region of private parts. Correct? What is the opposite of private? Okay, private school का opposite क्या है? Very good. Very very good. तो इसका opposite है public. समझा ये words कैसे connected है? Pubic means private. Public means open to everyone. अगर आपको ये information नहीं मालूम था और आपका light bulb जला, type aha. Okay, okay, great. So pubic bone is that bone which is present in the region of private parts. वहां पे hair आता है, उसको भी बोलते हैं pubic hair. Okay, pubic का मतलब private parts है, right? अब क्या होता है अगर आप देखोगे तो ये hip bone है, correct? ये ठीक है, ये तीसरा वाला हिस्सा इधर जा रहा है ऐसे, और इधर बीच में अपना sacrum है ना? So now if you see this entire thing is closed, so it's a closed bone का structure. अब इसके अंदर जो कैविटी है उसके अंदर एक ऑर्गन होता है called uterus. Can you tell me what is the function of the uterus? Can you tell me what is the function of the uterus? Yes, yes. बेसिकली यूट्रस को इंग्लिश में हम बोलते हैं वूम्ब. इट हेल्प्स इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द फीटस और जाइगोट का डेवलपमेंट होके बेसिकली फीटस बनता है. तो पूरा 9 मंथ्स ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी में यूट्रस में बेबी ग्रो करता है. एंड देन सो द यूट्रस इज प्रेजेंट समवेयर हियर. तो यूट्रस इधर किधर होता है इस बीच में. तो बेबी इधर बन रहा है, करेक्ट. तो जैसे जैसे बेबी बड़ा होता है यूट्रस भी बड़ा होने लगता है. Now the baby is delivered out from here. So the baby has to pass through pelvic cavity and it has to be delivered out through an opening of the female reproductive system called the vagina. Okay, vagina is also known as the birth canal. The baby comes out through the same opening. Now when the baby comes out, if this entire bone was completely rigid, सब जगह से एकदम perfectly join किया होता, so जिसका narrow pelvis होता, baby पास ही नहीं हो पाता. So that is why during childbirth, this pubic symphysis, okay, will enlarge or will just move a little bit away. So pubic symphysis will just move slightly away. And when pubic symphysis moves slightly away, what will happen? The birth canal, मतलब ये दोनों हल्का सा move करेंगे, तो baby will pass through. So pubic symphysis also helps in slight movement of the pelvic cavity so that the baby can pass through. Now last class मैंने ये वाला example भी नहीं किया था. Okay, so ये भी आप लिख लीजिए. So I can say white fibrocartilage are present in slightly movable joints or amphiarthrosis, and there are only two such examples: intervertebral discs and pubic symphysis. Intervertebral discs and pubic symphysis. Okay, so these are examples of white fibrocartilage. Then we move on to elastic cartilage. So what do we know about elastic cartilage? Elastic cartilage is a type of cartilage in which the matrix has a lot of elastin fibers. Yes, so it provides a lot of elasticity. Elastic cartilage will have a covering called perichondrium. Now, where do we find elastic cartilage? What is the location? Okay, so elastic cartilage is found in many places. I will just enumerate their names. So the first thing where elastic cartilage is found, it is found at the tip of the nose. So अगर आप nose को touch करोगे तो टिप के ऊपर इलास्टिक कार्टिलेज है, पर अंदर की तरफ जहां पे चश्मा रखते हो आंख के पास वहां पे बोन है. So that is a bony part and elastic part of the nose is tip of the nose. Yes. Then elastic cartilage is also found in a structure called epiglottis. Now the function of epiglottis is it will close the trachea when we engulf food. So at the point, the time when we are, gulping down food, ush time pe epiglottis will close the opening of the trachea. Just to give you a simple understanding, the common chamber of mouth and nose is called the throat or pharynx. So a common chamber of mouth and nose is called the throat or pharynx. Pharynx opens in two tubes. The tube which is present in front, is called trachea. Trachea is also known as the windpipe. The tube which is present behind is called esophagus. Esophagus is also known as the food pipe. So there is windpipe and there is food pipe. the opening of the esophagus, this opening is called the gullet. This opening of the trachea is called glottis. So glottis is the opening of pharynx which leads into the trachea. Gullet is an opening which opens into the esophagus. Itna samjha? Now this opening is guarded by a flap, and the name of this flap is glottis ke upar, so epiglottis. So when we gulp down food, देखो जब हम मुंह में खाना रखें और चू कर रहे हैं तब ये बंद नहीं होता है. Only in that second where food will go into the esophagus, the epiglottis will close the glottis. So food doesn't enter the trachea. अगर आप खाना खाते खाते बात करते हो, बात करने के लिए आपको एयर की जरूरत होती है, मतलब यहाँ पे, और खाना आपका जाना चाहिए गलेट में. तो सिस्टम अगर कंफ्यूज हो जाएगा तो ग्लॉटिस नहीं क्लोज हुआ तो खाना खाते समय या पानी पीते समय बात नहीं करना चाहिए, बिकॉज खाना या पानी वहां पे जा सकता है. ठीक है? So that's the funda of epiglottis. Then third, elastic cartilage is also found in the eustachian tube. So eustachian tube is a tube which connects the middle ear to the nasopharynx, part of the pharynx in which the nose opens. So that's called nasopharynx. The eustachian tube connects middle ear to nasopharynx. So how's the ear present? The external ear is a pinna, and in that there is a tube. Okay. This tube is the auditory meatus or auditory canal here. This opens into the eardrum. So this part is called the external ear. Now this opens into a cavity of the skull. This cavity of the skull is filled with air, and this is called the middle ear. So the part between, or the separation between external ear and middle ear is called eardrum or tympanum. Now in the middle ear cavity there are 3 bones of the ear. Okay, 3 bones of the ear are called ear ossicles. Yeah, they are 3 from outside to inside. M is malleus. Malleus looks like a hammer. Malleus. I is incus. Incus looks like an anvil. Anvil, अगर आपने एक कॉबलर को देखा है जूते मेंड करते समय, तो वो एक एंगुलर इंस्ट्रूमेंट का इस्तेमाल करता है जिसके ऊपर वो आपका चप्पल रख के उसके ऊपर मारता है. दैट एंगुलर थिंग, है ना, ऐसा कुछ लगता है वो, है ना, और ये ऐसा साइड में भी ऐसा एक निकलता हुआ रहता है, राइट? That's called anvil. And then finally stapes. S-T-A-P-E-S, stapes. Stapes is also called stirrup. So stirrup is that stapes or stirrup is the small bone which looks like this. Yeah. So this is that metallic frame जिसके ऊपर आप पैर रख के घोड़े पे चढ़ते हो. Yes. तो जब उसको हम लोग स्टिरअप बोलते हैं. तो ये इनका शेप के हिसाब से उनको बोला हैमर जैसा दिखता है, अनविल जैसा दिखता है, स्टिरअप जैसा दिखता है. That's why they are called Malleus incusant shapes. Now they vibrate by listening the sound, but in the middle ear cavity there is air. Now this is a closed cavity in the bone, whereas external ear is open. So environmental air, environment में जो भी air रहेगा वो उसमें रहेगा. Now suddenly if you are in an aeroplane और आप ऊपर पहुंचते हो तो प्रेशर ड्रॉप हो जाता है. तो अभी क्या होएगा, टिम्पैनम के एक साइड पे लो प्रेशर है और एक साइड पे हाई प्रेशर होगा, बराबर. तो ये मेम्ब्रेन सीधा नहीं हो पाएगा. यस, हाई प्रेशर वाला लो प्रेशर पे पुश करेगा ऐसा, एंड इट विल कॉज ईयर पेन. To equalize the ear pain from the middle ear cavity, there is eustachian tube. Okay, this eustachian tube will connect to the nasopharynx. Nasopharynx is your throat ka part from the nose. So when you are actually in the flight, you actually feel like opening your mouth ताकि हवा अंदर जाए. तो जब आप अपना माउथ ओपन करते हो तो बाहर से हवा इधर भी जाती है और दोनों का प्रेशर सेम हो जाता है. सो यूस्टेशियन ट्यूब का काम है, ओके, टू इक्वलाइज प्रेशर ऑन आइदर साइड्स ऑफ द टिम्पैनम. दैट्स द फंक्शन. सो इलास्टिक कार्टिलेज का ये 3 एग्जांपल्स हैं. इसके अलावा वी हैव हाइलीन कार्टिलेज. ओके, नाउ हाइलीन कार्टिलेजेस का बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स है. इनफैक्ट जितनी भी चीजें हमने नहीं पढ़ी यहाँ पे, majority of them will have hyaline cartilage. Okay, for example, the first example of hyaline cartilage is our entire skeleton. Yes, the entire internal framework of the body in fetal stage. So when we were in our mother's womb, we didn't have bones. Okay, बोन्स हमारे पास नहीं होते थे, हमारे पास होता था कार्टिलेज. और कौन सा कार्टिलेज? हाइलीन कार्टिलेज. ग्रेजुअली जैसे जैसे बेबी डेवलप होते जाता है, बड़ा होते जाता है, द हाइलीन कार्टिलेज कैन ग्रेजुअली फॉर्म बोन्स. So the bones, most of the bones are formed by modification of hyaline cartilage. The process of formation of bones from hyaline cartilage is called ossification. Ossification का मतलब होता है to form bones. So ये बहुत interesting है कि our entire हम जब fetal life में होते हैं तो हमारे पास bones नहीं होते, bone के जगह पे hyaline cartilage होते हैं. Yes, this is one example. Second example of hyaline cartilage is that the trachea will have C-shaped rings. So C-shaped rings in the trachea and bronchi. C-shaped rings in the trachea and bronchi. Now what does this C-shaped ring do? It prevents the trachea from collapse. So it prevents the collapse of trachea and bronchi. C-shaped क्यों बोलते हैं? Because it is incomplete behind. It is complete in front, but it is incomplete behind. तो पीछे की तरफ ये ऐसे रहता है. पीछे की तरफ एक मसल होता है जिसका मसल का नाम है ट्रेकियालिस. ओके, ट्रेकियालिस. सो C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Next, whenever we have long bones will form a joint. The joint will be a freely movable joint with fluid in it. So जब long bones होते हैं उनके जो end होता है उसमें freely movable joint होएगा. अब जब फ्रीली मूवेबल जॉइंट होगा तो बोन्स एक दूसरे के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा फ्रिक्शन कॉज करेंगे और धसेंगे. ओके. नाउ टू प्रिवेंट दैट फ्रॉम हैपनिंग, इन दोनों के बीच में एक कार्टिलेज होता है, द कार्टिलेज विच कवर्स द एंड्स ऑफ लॉन्ग बोन्स. Okay, and this is hyaline cartilage. So hyaline cartilage is present in the ends of long bones, and long bones help in the formation of what? Ends of long bones. They help in the formation of a joint. So slightly movable joint was white fibrocartilage. Freely movable. Freely मतलब completely movable joint. Freely movable joint आपने lower classes में पढ़ा होगा, is also called synovial joints. So freely movable joint or synovial joint. Okay. में hyaline cartilage होता है as a protective cartilage, so that it reduces friction between the bones. Also, in the bones when we grow, say this is the femur. So this is the femur in an adult. So in an infant, the femur is actually broken into 3 parts. है ना? और इन तीनों पार्ट के बीच में होता है हाइलीन कार्टिलेज. सो दिस हाइलीन कार्टिलेज जैसे जैसे ग्रो होता है, बोन भी ग्रो होना शुरू करता है. सो वी कॉल दिस एज ग्रोथ रिंग्स और ग्रोथ कार्टिलेज. सो ग्रोथ कार्टिलेज प्रेजेंट इन चिल्ड्रन आर आल्सो एग्जांपल्स ऑफ हाइलीन कार्टिलेज. ग्रोथ cartilage present in children is also an example of hyaline cartilage. Samjha? So it helps in growth. Also, we studied that there are ribs. Ribs are connected to the sternum. Sternum is the bone of the chest. Yeah, it's also called the breastbone. All the ribs are attached to the sternum. So ribs in Latin are called costa. Costa का मतलब होता है ribs. Okay. Hence, this cartilage is also called costal cartilage. This cartilage is also called costal cartilage. Take care of the spelling. It is not coastal cartilage. C-O-A नहीं है, C-O-S-T-A. So costal cartilage. अभी ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स आएंगे, बट ये 5-6 एग्जाम्पल्स इंपॉर्टेंट है. जैसे जैसे हम वेरियस मतलब अलग अलग ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी चैप्टर्स पढ़ते जाएंगे, वैसे वैसे हमको और चीजें क्लैरिटी मिलती जाएंगी. बट दिस इज कॉस्टल कार्टिलेज. ओके. So this was all about the various cartilages. This is all about various cartilages. Okay. Now, in some organisms, there is no well-developed bones are not there. So in them, the cartilage ka matrix, they have cartilage only, but in the matrix there may be calcium salts. So in the matrix, if they have calcium salts, then we call that cartilage as calcified cartilage. Now, a calcified cartilage is a hardest cartilage, but not the strongest cartilage. The hardest cartilage is calcified cartilage, but not the strongest cartilage. Because calcium salts रहेगा तो वो आसानी से टूट सकता है. Now, this is the common example is suprascapular. So it's a suprascapular bone or cartilage of frog. Supra means above. Scapula का मतलब होता है you know the triangular area, shoulder blade जिसको हम बोलते हैं. शोल्डर के उधर एक ट्रायंगुलर बोन होता है ना, उसको स्कैपुला बोलते हैं. सो सुप्रा स्कैपुलर बोन. Okay, so this is everything that we need to know about cartilage. Calcified cartilage को हम लोग हमेशा बहुत ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं देते हैं, बिकॉज ह्यूमंस में बहुत ज्यादा कैल्सिफाइड कार्टिलेज मिलता नहीं है. सो हम लोग 3 टाइप ऑफ कार्टिलेज ही मेन ध्यान देते हैं: हाइलीन, वाइट फाइब्रो कार्टिलेज एंड इलास्टिक कार्टिलेज. ओके, so this is what we did in the last class. It's 5:30 right now. 1 hour I took to revise everything. I went slow. Does anyone have any query regarding cartilage, so that I can move on to the next part? Any query regarding cartilage? Great. No queries? Great. So let's move on. So we are going to start with bone. If you are as excited to start the new class, new topic, bone, as I am, so if you know what to do, bring it on. Bio. Great, children, great. Let's start with the next topic. The next topic is bone. The study of bone, children, is called osteology. So osteos का मतलब होता है bone. Now what do we know about bone? Bone is a specialized connective tissue. Yeah, I can also call it supporting connective tissue. Yes, it also forms the skeleton of the body. So it's also called skeletal connective tissue. Yeah, bone is a hard connective tissue. Matlab a solid connective tissue, just like cartilage, a hard or a solid connective tissue. See, areolar, adipose, all of them are primarily what? They are semi-solid in nature. उनका matrix semi-solid होता है. Bone और cartilage का matrix solid होता है. Yes. Now, before we start with the study of bones, because different bones would look different, let's understand the formation of bones first. So how does formation of bone take place? Okay, based on those, we will have different types of bones also. Yeah. So first thing is formation of bones, right? Now, all connective tissues are derived from mesoderm, right? So bone is also a tissue which is derived from mesoderm. Yeah. Now the first thing or first method of formation of bones, you already know. Can you tell me from where are bones formed? Come on. How are bones formed in our body? Did we have bones when we were in our mother's womb? What did we have? Yes. Yes. So the first way in which it can be formed is from cartilage. So modification of cartilage can produce bone. Yes. This is the commonest method of formation of bones. Okay. Bones which are formed from cartilage are simply called cartilaginous bones because they are formed from cartilage. Yes. The second method is when the bones are formed within two membranes. So जब दो मेम्ब्रेन के बीच में एक बोन बनेगा, मतलब जो भी बोन के सेल्स है वो दो मेम्ब्रेन के बीच में जाएंगे. So those bones are called dermal bones. डर्मा का मतलब होता है लेयर और मेम्ब्रेन. सो डर्मल बोन्स. नाउ अगर दो मेम्ब्रेन के बीच में वो बोन बनेंगे तो दे विल नॉट बी सिलिंड्रिकल, दे विल बी फ्लैट. सो डर्मल बोन्स आर आल्सो गोइंग टू बी फ्लैट इन शेप. नाउ एग्जांपल्स ले लेते हैं. लाइक all our skull bones. So all bones of our skull are flat. Also, if you look at the ribs, the rib will also be a type of flat bone. Okay. So this is the second method. The third method is ossification within a tendon. Now we know what is a tendon. Yes. A tendon is a connective tissue which connect muscles to bones. Now this method is an extremely rare method. Okay. But we have found some bones. Yeah. These bones will be very small bones as compared to others. There will be many small bones. Okay. Example, we have a bone called patella. Okay. Patella bone is a bone also known as the kneecap. So patella bone is a bone called the kneecap. Okay. Now I'm giving you a couple of research questions. नेक्स्ट क्लास मेरे बोलने के पहले आंसर आपको चैट बॉक्स में लिख देना है. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन यू नीड टू टेल मी इज विच मसल के टेंडन में पटेला इज फॉर्म. यस. सेकेंड, यू हैव टू गिव मी one more example of this type of bone. Okay. So I've given you one example, patella. You have to give me one more example and you have to tell me where these bones और कौन से वो मसल टेंडन में, मतलब अगर आप सपोज एक एग्जांपल होता है एक्स, तो आपको वो बताना पड़ेगा कि कौन से मसल के टेंडन में वो एक्स फॉर्म होगा. तो ये दो रिसर्च क्वेश्चंस है. So most of them are formed by cartilage, so they're called cartilaginous bones. Yes. Then dermal bones, and then we have tendinous bones. Okay. Now there is a correlation. So based on formation, मेरे पास तीन words हैं. Okay. क्या वर्ड है? कार्टिलेजिनस बोन्स. उसको हम कार्टिलेजिनियस बोन्स बोलते हैं बिकॉज दे आर फॉर्म्ड फ्रॉम कार्टिलेज. देन द सेकंड आर कॉल्ड डर्मल बोन्स. डर्मल बोन्स आर आल्सो कॉल्ड इन्वेस्टिंग बोन्स. डर्मल बोन्स आर आल्सो कॉल्ड इन्वेस्टिंग बोन्स. ओके. दो लेयर के बीच में है तो उसको हम इन्वेस्टिंग बोन बोलते हैं. ठीक है. इन्वेस्टिंग मतलब, चलो इन्वेस्टिंग का मीनिंग बताता हूँ बच्चे लोग. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड वेस्ट? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड वेस्ट? VEST, वेस्ट का मतलब क्या होता है? हिंट, वो एक तरह का कपड़ा है, क्लोथिंग है. यस, इसको हम इंडियंस बनियान भी बोलते हैं, ठीक है। और जिसमें कोई स्लीव नहीं होता है, टॉर्सो को कवर करता है, टॉर्सो को कवर करता है, पर स्लीव नहीं होता है। तो इसके लिए कभी कभी बुलेट प्रूफ जब वो लोग पहनते हैं तो उसको भी बोलते हैं बुलेट प्रूफ वेस्ट। तो पुराने जमाने में लोग क्या करते थे, जो वेस्ट होता है ना, ये वेस्ट है राइट, इसी में पॉकेट बनाते थे और अपने वैल्यूएबल्स, अपने पैसे इसमें रखते थे, ठीक है। इसके ऊपर उन्होंने नॉर्मल क्लोथिंग पहनी और, ठीक है, नॉर्मल क्लोथिंग पहनी, और ये अंडर एक तरह का अंडर गारमेंट है, उसमें पॉकेट बनाया और उसमें पैसे स्टोर करते थे। तो ऐसा होता था कि जब चोर आते थे तो उनके हाथ में कुछ है, बॉडी पे कुछ है, ज्वेलरी है, वो चुरा के लेके गए, लेकिन यहाँ पे अंदर वो फूल हो जाते थे, उनको लगता था कि पैसे नहीं है। सो जो बच गया वो हो जाता इनवेस्ट। आउट ऑफ वेस्ट बचता नहीं था, इनवेस्ट बचता था। उससे इंग्लिश में आया वर्ड इन्वेस्ट या इन्वेस्टमेंट। मतलब क्या है, अगर आपके पास ज्यादा पैसा है तो आप उसको किसी चीज में इन्वेस्ट कर दीजिए, बैंक में इन्वेस्ट कर दीजिए, म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट कर दीजिए, है ना, LIC पॉलिसीज में इन्वेस्ट कर दीजिए ताकि आपका पैसा सेफ रहे। समझा? उससे ये वर्ड आया इन्वेस्टमेंट। जितने लोगों का लाइट बल्ब मूवमेंट है लिखो आहा। इन्वेस्टमेंट, ओके। ये वर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज इन्वेस्टिंग लेयर का मतलब ही ये होता है, दो मेम्ब्रेन्स या दो पॉकेट के अंदर। यस, दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड investing bones. The third type of bones are called tendinous bones because they are formed from tendon. इतना समझा? Now we also classify bones, children, based on the shape, based on the shape and size. Now tendinous bones will always be small. Because they are small, these bones are also called sesamoid bones. What is the meaning of the suffix oid? Oid. What is the meaning of the suffix ovoid or oid? Yes, ovoid. Oid का मतलब है like. तो क्यूब जैसा क्यूबॉइड, एग जैसा ओवॉइड, तो किसके जैसा सिस्मॉइड होगा? यस, वेरी गुड। अमीबा जैसा अमीबॉइड। तो किसके जैसा? वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। सेसमी सीड, सेसमी का मतलब होता है तिल। ऑफ कोर्स जो तिल है उसका जितना छोटा बोन्स नहीं होते ये, बट बाकी बोन्स के कंपैरिजन में ये बहुत छोटे होते हैं, इसके लिए उनका नाम है सेस्मोइड बोन्स। ओके, देन dermal bones will always be flat. So dermal bones are flat bones. Okay. Cartilaginous bones could be of two shapes. The first one are called long bones and the second one are called short bones. So the one that I have written in brown is classification of bones based on formation. The second one is classification of bones based on the shape. तो याद रखना, जो फ्लैट बोन रहेगा वो हमेशा डर्मल बोन होगा, जो सेसमॉइड बोन होगा वो हमेशा टेंडिनियस बोन होगा। ओके, नाउ लॉन्ग बोन्स में वेरियस एग्जांपल्स है। वी हैव अ बोन ऑफ द थाई and bone of the thigh is femur. Similarly, there is bone of the upper arm. The bone of the upper arm is called humerus. So ऐसे बहुत सारे bones हैं. In fact, point to be noted is femur is the longest bone in the human body. Can you tell me what is the smallest bone in the human body? Can you tell me what is the smallest bone in the human body? Type करो. Hint, आज ही क्लास में पढ़ा है. Yes, सब लोग ने एक ने सही लिखा है, बाकी अच्छा दो तीन. I've got 3 correct answers. Yes, it is present in the ear. बहुत सारे लोग रख रहे हैं ईयर में. कौन सा बोन? Stapes is the shortest bone. Now बच्चे, आपके रिसर्च क्वेश्चन में एक थर्ड क्वेश्चन ऐड हो गया. You have to find out कि ईयर ऑसिकल्स कौन से टाइप ऑफ बोन्स हैं. कौन से टाइप में मुझे दो चाहिए, फॉर्मेशन का टाइप है ना, और मुझे मतलब साइज वाइज, शेप ऑन साइज वाइज. मतलब आर द ईयर ऑसिकल्स कार्टिलेजिनियस बोन्स, डर्मल बोन्स और टेंडिनियस बोन्स. ये पहला, इन तीनों में से एक. देन आई वांट टू नो वेदर the ear ossicles will be long bones, short bones, flat bones or sesamoid bones. So that's your third research question. Okay. Now, what is the difference between a long and short bone? Because long and short are always relative, right? So कौन से bone को long बोलेंगे और कौन से bone को short बोलेंगे? Now, please understand this. Now, a bone has a middle cylindrical part. This middle cylindrical part of the bone is also called a shaft. And then a bone has two ends. अब ये random, ऐसा कोई bone दिखता नहीं हमारे body में, लेकिन कार्टून में अपन ऐसे ही bone बनाते हैं. तो just to give you an understanding. Okay. Now these two ends of the bones, okay, which are involved in joints, or they are modified to form swollen areas. These are on. So this is that this region of the bone is called epiphysis. So this is, say अभी ये ऊपर होगा तो superior epiphysis, और ये नीचे वाला epiphysis को हम बोलेंगे inferior epiphysis. और shaft का मतलब है diaphysis. Okay, so this part is epiphysis, this is diaphysis, and again this is epiphysis. ठीक है. Now the point where epiphysis and diaphysis meet, okay, this line, this region, the point where epiphysis and diaphysis meet is called metaphysis. Okay. और अभी मैंने आपको सिखाया था, क्या हुआ था, जब हम छोटे बेबीज होते हैं तो यही बोन एक्चुअली 3 पार्ट्स में होगा, है ना, करेक्ट. तो इसको हम बोलते हैं डायाफाइसिस, इसको बोलते हैं एपीफाइसिस, है ना. सो व्हेन वी आर यंग, से 1 साल की हमारी उम्र है, तो एपीफाइसिस और डायाफाइसिस के बीच में जो गैप है उसमें क्या होता है? इन द चैट बॉक्स प्लीज राइट डाउन. एपीफाइसिस और डायाफाइसिस के गैप में क्या होता है? What is present in the gap of epiphysis and diaphysis? Yes, growth cartilage, correct. What type of cartilage is growth cartilage? Very good, hyaline cartilage. समझा? And gradually जब ये hyaline cartilage grow होते जाता है, अल्टीमेटली जब वो पूरी तरह से बन जाता है तो हाइलिन कार्टिलेज गायब हो जाता है और उधर एक लाइन जैसा हल्का सा एरिया बन जाता है जिसको हम मेटाफाइसिस बोलते हैं. सो इसके लिए ग्रोथ कार्टिलेज को कभी कभी मेटाफाइशियल कार्टिलेज भी बोलते हैं. ग्रोथ कार्टिलेज को क्या बोलते हैं? मेटाफाइशियल कार्टिलेज भी बोलते हैं, क्योंकि वो मेटाफाइसिस पे होता है। समझा? नाउ दिस इज अ स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ लॉन्ग बोन। ठीक है। नाउ एनी बोन जिसको देख के मुझे ऐसा पता चलता है कि बीच में शाफ्ट है और ऊपर एपिफाइसिस है और नीचे एपिफाइसिस है, उसको हम बोलेंगे लॉन्ग बोन। आई बात समझ में? आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल नाउ। So these are our fingers and this is the palm. In the palm, there are 5 bones like this. Now tell me, these 5 bones will be long bones or short bones? Now femur is a long bone, humerus is a long bone. Now tell me, these 5 bones will be long bone or short bones? हाँ, तो अगर मैं इसको फीमर से कंपेयर करूं तो ये शॉर्ट ही होंगे, बट लॉन्ग और शॉर्ट बोन्स का डेफिनेशन ये नहीं है लेंथ वाइज। तो आपको मुझे क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहिए था कि सर इन बोन्स को क्या मैं डायाफाइसिस और एपिफाइसिस ये स्ट्रक्चर में मुझे क्या दिखते हैं? नाउ आई विल टेल यू दीज बोन्स, ओके, दे आर कॉल्ड मेटाकार्पल्स। ओके, इस बोन का नाम है मेटाकार्पल। और ये लेंथ में छोटे होने के बावजूद भी उनमें ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर्स दिखते हैं, मतलब डायाफाइसिस और एपिफाइसिस दिखते हैं। And that is why metacarpals are also long bones. सबको समझा मतलब लॉन्ग और शॉर्ट बोन्स का? लॉन्ग बोन का ये मतलब नहीं है लेंथ देखते हैं हम। लॉन्ग बोन का मतलब है, लॉन्ग बोन का मतलब है कि देयर बॉडी शुड बी डिविजिबल इनटू एपिफाइसिस एंड डायाफाइसिस। अगर उनका स्ट्रक्चर एपिफाइसिस और डायाफाइसिस में फॉर्म हो जाता है तो उसको हम बोलेंगे लॉन्ग बोन। अगर नहीं फॉर्म होता है तो उसको हम बोलेंगे शॉर्ट बोन। एंड लॉन्ग बोन्स एंड शॉर्ट बोन्स आर ओनली एग्जांपल्स ऑफ व्हाट चिल्ड्रन? कार्टिलेजिनियस बोन्स। सो लॉन्ग बोन्स का क्या क्लासिफिकेशन है? दे शुड हैव व्हाट? अ swollen tip called epiphysis and a middle shaft called diaphysis. तो अगर एपिफाइसिस और डायाफाइसिस कोई भी बोन में मिलेंगे, कोई भी बोन में मिलेंगे, then it will be called long bone. एंड अगर कोई बोन में मैं ऐसा नहीं कर पाया तो इसको शॉर्ट बोन्स बोलते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल बोन्स ऑफ द रिस्ट, बोन्स ऑफ द रिस्ट आर कॉल्ड कार्पल बोन्स। और एक रिस्ट में 8 बोन्स होते हैं, तो इमेजिन बहुत छोटे छोटे, और दे आर डिराइव फ्रॉम कार्टिलेज। ओके, नेक्स्ट, also there are bones in the ankle. Bones of the ankle are called tarsals. So wrist वाले का नाम है कार्पल, ankle वाले का नाम है tarsal, and they are 7 in number. They are 7 in number. Okay, so we have done this classification based on formation and shape. Then let's move on and let's know something about the matrix of the bone now. So how is the matrix of the bone? Now, as compared to cartilage, cartilage was also having matrix solid, but cartilage ka matrix was pliable, elastic. Here the matrix is non-pliable. The matrix is solid but non-pliable. इसका मतलब क्या है? अगर मैं उसको जोर से दबाने की कोशिश करूं तो वो फ्रैक्चर हो जाएगा। देखो कार्टिलेज में फ्रैक्चर नहीं होगा बिकॉज वो फोर्स ऑफ कंप्रेशन झेल जाएगा, इलास्टिक रहता है वो, इसके लिए उसको बोलते हैं प्लायबल। हियर द मैट्रिक्स इज सॉलिड बट नॉन प्लायबल। Now, what is the matrix made up of? The matrix has two parts. One are called the organic components containing carbon, and the second one are inorganic components. Okay, organic components. Yes, matrix, what is it made up of? Matrix is made up of mucopolysaccharides. Do you remember another word for mucopolysaccharide, children? एक और वर्ड था म्यूकोपॉलीसैकेराइड्स के लिए, किसी को